lot of people now acknowledge that 1 in 4 miscarry, and they find a community online and they find friends that they can find comfort in because they've gone through a similar thing. But what I really want to touch upon is how to manage going through such a difficult period in your life where you don't feel comfortable to tell everyone.
I don't think there's really honesty about how traumatic a miscarriage is, even from the medical profession, because when the doctor told me you've got 3 options, natural, tablets, the suction, he didn't tell me how traumatic a natural miscarriage is, because he was like, it's a bit like a more severe period. So I was like, okay, like, can it be managed with painkillers? And I did have a friend that did go through, and she was like, oh, are you sure you want to kind of be at work? And I was like, well, I don't really know. Like, am I meant to take a few days off? Like, what happens? So I remember getting severe pain. I'd taken the week off, and I went to go see my sister, and I remember bleeding. Then what happened was I started violently vomiting and I couldn't get out of bed. So we went to the hospital and they had basically said it was unrelated. So they thought I had gastroenteritis, right? But in my head, I was like, I don't understand why I've got really ill all of a sudden. It didn't seem like gastroenteritis. There was violent vomiting. That's what the doctors put it down to in the hospital. That stopped. And the next day there was a little bit of a bleed. Went back to work on the Monday, and I remember getting severe pain and typing to my receptionist and saying, I have severe pain. Please, can you get me some painkillers? And I took an Uber home because I couldn't bear it. I had therapy that day. So I was on the phone, I was on FaceTime to the therapist. And then I was like, I'm really sorry, I have to go. And then that was when the real miscarriage happened. And I went to the bathroom. And when I tell you, I honestly feel like I wanted to die. Like, it felt so horrific. The pain was unbearable. And no one was home, and I was on my own. I remember crawling into the bathtub because intuitively I was like, I really need heat on my body and I need water. It was like really weird. Called G, and I was like, that's my husband. And I was like, you need to come home now. You really need to come home now. I started throwing up again because I was so sick. He was so amazing because I remember him just being there for like 2-3 hours until it was over, basically. And that for me felt like a mini labor, what I would imagine. For me, it was one of the most traumatic things. And because no one really knew, I couldn't share the pain with anyone. We are not supported as women and as a society because miscarriages are so traumatic. Then you're just expected to carry on, right? Yeah. You're not really like, do we have time? Do we get miscarriage like leave? No, you kind of just take off time in your own time. So that for me was one of the worst experiences of my life.